Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 14 of Timeliner, my progression-locked Ironman series, where I'll be exploring the world of Runescape, one game update at a time, only with the gear and skills available up until this point. I'm feeling a bit guilty. Last time, I told you that we've completed all the content of Classic Runescape, but I had to lie a bit. The quest point requirements of Legends Quest forced me to do the next quest beforehand, so we skipped over two small updates that came out between Legends Quest and the official launch of RuneScape 2 in early 2004. So before tackling the first quest of this new era, we look far into the deep north of the wilderness, where on the 22nd of September 2003, the Mage Arena opened its gates. An eternal battleground of the gods' devotees, and soon us. Here we can unlock actual good pieces of mage equipment and powerful new spells. At least there were multiple back then, with one for Zaradomin, Gathix and Samurak, but they appear to have been consolidated into one, Divine Storm. Anyway, to unlock this powerful spell, we need to best the trial Collodion, the master of the arena, throws at us. But first, let's gear ourselves up. He warns us that only magic will work here, so magic we shall bring. Shameful ropes and a halfway decent staff. Coupled with some prayer potions and the last scraps of food, we are good to go. Take us away, mage. And we fight Collodion himself, in different forms. As a shapeshifter, he throws more and more powerful enemies at us, but with the might of Ivan's staff, they fall quickly. And with Protect from Magic, they barely hurt us either. And down goes the last one. And our reward will be a gift from the gods themselves. A cape from either Zaradomin, Gathix or Samurak. Blue is a nice color. Zaradomin it is. And here we get our best in slot mage cape for quite a while. And we also get a nice staff. Even stronger than Ivan's. Sick. Now let's take a look at the god spell. Divine Storm. Must have fallen victim to future rebalancings. It is weaker in all aspects than Airwave, which we have already unlocked. Back then, it was around twice as strong. No matter, let's unlock its use anyway. To be able to wield the spell freely, we must cast it 100 times within the arena. With 5 runes each, this stack of 500 air runes will serve as a handy counter. Bad day to be a mage here. Unfortunately, prayer itself doesn't keep us safe. With evolution of combat, the effectiveness of protection prayers will reduce to half. Before that, they'd block all damage of most attacks in PvE. Only some very mighty boss attacks could hit through it. I believe. I'm not sure if chip damage was already in the game at that point. At least it's a big part in current old school. Anyway, that's the last of them. Now we can cast Divine Storm outside the arena. Which we will probably never do, as we have Airwave. Oh well, update completed. Just one more little thing to do now. On the 24th of January 2004, the Ranging Guild got already added as new content to the RS2 beta worlds. Let's check it out. Just a bit north of Adi, right next to the Hammonster fishing area, we find a well-guarded outpost with very outdated vendors and a little minigame. Pay 200 gold to click on a target to get some points to exchange for overpriced rewards. Neat. There's not really much to say about it. But now we can finally jump into the real release of RuneScape 2. After 4 months of beta testing, on the 29th of March 2004, RuneScape was changed forever, with a new game engine, 3D graphics, new combat systems, music, and a whole bunch of content. I'll go into these new systems once they're relevant for a quest. Otherwise you'd hear me list of changelogs for an hour or so. Let us now dive into the first piece of new content of RuneScape 2. It has been 6 months since the last quest, and to introduce their new skill, Runecraft, Jagex has released the Rune Mysteries quest, sending us to a bunch of different mages to identify the purpose of a mysterious air talisman. But that quest was completely reworked in late 2012 and split into 2 new quests, one by the same name as well as Rune Mysteries. Fully voice-acted quest surrounding the Wizard's Tower south of Draenor Village. We've seen it a bit already in the reworked Imcatcher's quest, so let's find out what is going on there this time around.
Velina, the tower is in danger. I need to speak to Archmage Cedrador.
I'm sorry, Ariane. The Archmage was clear.
There's some commotion at the entrance. Ariane has an urgent message of impending doom, but gets denied at the door. That doesn't really sound like it concerns us.
No, wait. You're an adventurer, aren't you? Will you help me?
Alright. What is it?
I'm Ariane. I'm a former tower wizard. I'm an adventurer now, based out of the Champions Guild. Could you take a message to Archmage Cedridor for me?
Of course we help a fellow Champions Guild member. A simple message shouldn't be much of a problem.
Wait, no. Too late. There's something happening.
Oh. Help! Do something! Get that thing away from me!
Huh? Oh no, what a mighty adversary! A red cloud! Whatever shall we do? Struggling very hard to left click it, apparently. Now just drag it into the beam and poof.
Talk to me again outside the tower if you still want to help.
Let's find out what's going on here.
I'm a seer. I have premonitions sometimes. I've been having visions of the tower in flames.
But she was banned for experimenting with her innate abilities.
Ask if they've seen
Now she needs us to deliver the warning and try to avert fate. Either the Archmage Cedridor himself or her former teacher, Eleron, should listen to her words. No problem. The other wizards in the tower are less helpful,
Hello, young thingamy what?
talking about random nonsense with the teleport beam acting up recently. Hopefully the Archmage has something more interesting to say.
Welcome, adventurer!
While he is aware of her vision and that it may be true, it requires more concrete evidence to do something. Until then, he will prepare an Ascenic Purge to stabilize the power beam and drive out the creatures that came from it. Additionally, he also says that Ariane was banned for being a Samurak follower. Better ask her about the details. And he even gives us a little recap regarding Rune Essence.
The discovery of the Rune Essence was the single greatest magical discovery in the history of Gielinor. The Rune Essence lies in the frozen north, where the Eye of Saradomin once rested. The first wizards reached it by an arduous land route, but eventually they discovered a spell to teleport there directly. We will cast the spell for anyone we think trustworthy.
Interesting. In the original version, this quest was about rediscovering the teleportation to the Rune Essence mine, and its completion was required to mine it, as well as putting XP lamps into the skill. Let's head on over to Eleron. As her former teacher, maybe he has advice to give regarding Ariane's visions.
Please let her know that I take her seriously, even if no one else does. I will do everything I can to convince Archmage Cedridor to take action.
Nothing really, only that he pushed her to accept the gift. I think we head back out and tell Ariane of the Archmage's plan. And what about your demon worshipping?
I spoke to the demon. Spoke to it. But there's no middle ground with Cedridor. Step outside the line and you're a red wizard.
Alright, I let it slide. Samurakian scum. Now, what next?
This tower is built on the ruins of an older one, which burnt down 100 years ago. There's a rumor that the door can be opened using the water surge spell, but many wizards have tried casting that spell on the door and failed.
Searching the ruins? Sounds great. And we might get a key from Eleron. Let's check back inside. We get a cryptic hint that we might find a way into the ruins, down in the library at the pipe organ. Searching the bookcases, we eventually find Perdian's books, the Harmony of Runes, and the runes of the spells of water. He writes of a mapping between runes and musical notes, giving us an order in which to play the notes for water search. Let's try this wonderful music out at the organ. What a lovely setting animation. Ooh, how handy. It shows all needed information right to the side. No need to jot down the notes from the book. Alright, many Bs, almost as many A sharps, a G sharp, and a G. Success. Ariane will be pleased to hear that. Thanks, Eleron.
Come on, open the door and let's see what's in the ruins.
As you wish.
This is amazing. We may be the first people to come down here for 100 years.
The history lesson is a bit long, so allow me to summarize. Followers of the gods came here and appropriately color-coded themselves. Blue for Zaradomin, the god of order, and the ones who rebuilt and currently lead the wizard's tower, albeit only with faint religious zeal. Green for Gathix, the god of balance and nature. He made his followers doing the ritual already. Damn hippies. But one of his followers discovered rune essence. Then the evil red for the evil Samarak, the god of evil. And also something about strength and creativity, but mainly evil, because he's red. Finally, there are the grey wizards, following some lesser deities, or none at all, focusing on their own intellect instead. Enlightened centrists, got it. Our way forward is blocked by some guardian thingy, however.
I will ask you a series of questions. Your answers will reveal the order to which you are best suited.
A test, eh? Let's hear it. Cheating is wrong, knowledge is good, revenge bad, corruption bad. Yeah, that about covers it.
Welcome, Grey Wizard.
Grey. I was hoping for blue, but we'll take it. That looks ridiculous. Onwards. A blocked path?
Hey, what are you doing?
Perfect opportunity to demolish some ancient statues. Ah, fun denied.
This is it. The heart of the old tower. The central spellcasting chamber. These vortices look like the one that attacked Wizard Boren. I want to find out what they are.
Just like upstairs, we draw the attention of one of the cloud thingies into the circle and wait for the border to slowly progress.
They're not ghosts. At first, I thought they might be ghosts, but they're soul fragments.
Soul fragments. Furthermore, Arian warns us that the scenic purge would have the opposite effect, drawing the remaining fragments into a wizard's tower instead of dispelling them. Better go upstairs quickly to stop the spell, while Arian stays behind to renew the protective enchantment that used to keep him in here.
Please be quiet, adventurer. My assistant and I are casting an scenic purge, and we must have silence in order to concentrate.
That door is not to be disturbed by talking. We need to find a louder way. Swoosh.
Break my concentration once more, and you will feel the wrath of the Grand Archmage of the Reborn Tower. The purge is complete.
Well, we didn't completely stop the ritual, but gave Arian enough time to renew the enchantment. Better check in with her.
Thanks for your help, adventurer. I couldn't have done this without you.
Quest completed. And set up right for the next one. So, without further ado, we go right back down again to finish the story. Still denying the magic XP. That was not time accurate. You have to draw the line at some point. Now, off you go. Arian needs our help finding out who destroyed the original enchantment, allowing these fragments to go up to the new tower in the first place. We are just here for moral support, or in case something goes wrong.
I think it'll tell me who removed the...
Oh no, how unexpected.
I
Something went wrong.
must have miscast the spell. I can't seem to move. I think I'm stuck in the power beam. I think I'll be released if you can disrupt the source of the power beam. If we were to recreate the ritual that created the power beam, that would disrupt it and release me.
Sure, I just happened to wander on the exact steps for the ritual that created this beam in the first place. Dream on, lady. But we cannot leave a fellow Champions Guild member hanging. She gives us some runes to bind the soul fragments for a moment. If we use them at the right place, we get a memory and may uncover the memories of the runes. Luckily, everything is color-coded, so we use the runes on the chairs of the corresponding wizards. First grey and red. Calavan, the Tamarakian apprentice, was tasked with solving an impossible problem, and by doing so, he may have figured out something else.
I think you might have solved the teleportation problem. I'm serious. We should show this to Azris.
May, the grey apprentice, will show his work to the Green Master for further guidance. So far, so good. In the timeline, this was just before they figured out teleportation magic, which eventually led to the destruction of the tower. Let's report our findings back to Ariane.
Did it work? Have you managed to trigger a memory? Amazing. I wish I could have seen it.
And we got 6 more runes to bind the master and apprentice soul of every color to relive more memories. The next one is back upstairs at the entrance room, a meeting of all the masters, it appears.
Balance is power, my fellow wizards. I'm sure you're wondering why I've gathered you here. This document contains the theoretical framework that will allow us to create new teleport spells.
And Arisa, the Green Master, is presenting Calavan's proof. It appears he was correct in his approach to source teleportation.
Whose work is this? It is my own.
And the snake claims it as her own finding. Shameful lack of scholarly integrity. But we need a few more memories for the ritual. Surely the masters discussed this with the students.
Straight through chaos, Master. You wanted to see me.
Earlier today, Azris presented your idea to the Council as her own work.
Sanmaron, the Red Master, is rightfully angry and sees this as the proof that a collaboration with the other orders cannot happen. Shame, shame. And to work out the details of the ritual, he summons a demon. Oh boy. Ariane will be interested in hearing this.
A demon? Of course. That makes a lot of sense. Teleport spells need to move the traveler through a second plane of existence in order to bypass obstacles.
Next memory. A discussion of the apprentices, interrupted by Sanmaron presenting the ritual. Finally, that's what we need. Maybe we can find fragments of its ritual scattered around here. 8 wizards in specific spots were needed. There must be hints left where each of them stood. We find the diary of a very salty red wizard, describing his failed attempt at converting a grey wizard to his side. And, more interestingly, enough notes about the ritual. Of course not written in plain English, but instead a riddle. It can never be easy. Now let's see. 1 master and apprentice each. With master and apprentice alternating. Also not those of the same order next to each other. Blue and red masters opposite to each other. The green apprentice right to the blue master and to the left of the grey master, with the red one standing at the southern end. The rest we can fill out by simple elimination. And hopefully this little graphic doesn't make it too confusing. There, that should do it. Now we place the runes at the right spot around the beam and watch what happens. Strange. Nothing. I'm very sure this is correct. Well, taking one out and back in again did it. No idea why, but here we go.
The memory's starting. I want to see this.
If anyone leaves, there could be disastrous consequences. Senventior Destine Renesset.
No, I can see something behind Wizard Zamron. It's a demon.
I'm sure the demonic influence is minor. The core of the ritual is still Wizard Azris's green magic.
Green magic?
Ah, now it comes to light that this is all based on stolen ideas and secrecy.
It's worth it. With this power we could build a perfect world and disease and war.
And you think that justifies this? I cannot take part in this ritual. Come, Perion.
No! If you leave the circle, we can't contain it!
The Red Master was hit by the full force of the power beam. No wonder that started a fire that... Wait, it's happening again. Get down! Ah!
Oh shit, Bale. I actually have no idea why I logged. It's been a few weeks since this recording and I continued right after. Anyway, we need help. Aileron is our best bet now. There he is.
You are right to come to me. I have experience dealing with that sort of magical coma, so I should be able to bring her round.
Ah, that's great. Hey, wait, how did you know what happened?
Oh, did I slip up? Did I let on that I know more than I should? Almost as if I planned this whole sequence of events, and my plan is so close to completion that I'm becoming careless about what I say.
Hold on. Are you the salty red wizard from the journal?
I am the secret heir to the sacred tradition of the Staff of Fire, and today I bring the vengeance of Zamorak against the Wizard's Tower. Leave now, or be caught up in the tower's destruction.
Alright, we have to stop this destruction. And we do that by using the runes on the beams when the corresponding wizard is present the strongest, indicated by its color. Every time one of the wizards is present, there's something to say. And to keep the 7-minute event brief, they all trash talk Eleron, especially the Red Master. Never meet your heroes, or something along those lines.
I think I can see a more fitting host for us than these runes, don't you?
So, here we are, false Red Wizard. Your apprentice contained us for the height of this tower. Let's see how long you do.
No! Don't! Don't make me teleport!
To the abyss!
He's gone.
Phew, what an ending. As a reference, this is a walkthrough of the original version of the quest. It's got 1 or 2 things added here or there.
I'm shaken, but
Quest completed. Some more XP and a few items. The outfit looks absolutely ridiculous. Off with you. Now then, with finishing this quest, the timeline should be back in order. In next episode, we can slowly discover all the new content RuneScape 2 brought us. Until then, thank you for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye.